What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, this is Janice, and you are now joining Real Life and Reborns. Sorry for my tardiness. I am so sorry, guys, but it's hot here in Niagara Falls, and when you got a couple of extra lumps and bumps, and you kind of plumpy and stuff like that, the heat gets to you. Okay, it makes you move slow. Um, it makes you sweat. You know what I'm saying? On top of me having hot flashes as it is, you don't want to do nothing but literally be naked and be naked. Okay, so I wasn't dragging, I was doing some stuff, but I wanted to really get on here, and I scheduled the live for 9:10, and like I said, I am so sorry that I am late to this date, but I'm here. Okay, so that is what is important, is that I am here, and I'm just searching up a couple things. So just give me a couple seconds. Let's see. Mm-hmm. All right. Hopefully everybody is doing okay. Looks like it's warm across the whole freaking nation, man. It's just hot, and it takes a lot out of you, and it zaps you, and all that good stuff. It does. So I'm going live from my phone this time. Sometimes I go live from the phone. Sometimes I go live from my computer. I'm trying to see which is best. Let's see. So as you come into this chat, please share the video if you can. Like the video, okay? That would be greatly appreciated. All right. And feel free to chat, okay? This is a safe place. I would like to think that everybody knows how to, um, be nice in the chat. We're not going to have any foul language, anything that is distasteful, okay? Be nice, be kind, and stuff like that, okay? So I'll just wait until a couple of more people come in. And as you can see, the name of this live is What About Your Friends? What about your friends? Are they gonna be there? Are they gonna let you down? Hey, hey. What about your friends? This song just was on my mind real heavy. Um so yeah, 20 people in the chat. Okay, hit like, please. Hit the like button as you come in. Please hit the like button as you come in, okay? As you come into Real Life and Reborns, please hit the like button. Thank you. Much appreciated. So, like I said, I named this channel Real Life and Reborns because it's not going to be solely dedicated to the Reborn dolls, even though we love Reborns, okay? But it's going to be dedicated to some real life stuff too, okay? So, um, I'm going to just let a few more people come into the live. As you come in, um, give me a shout out, say hey, say hi, or whatever, and I'll answer back. Okay. Before I get into the topic, though, I would like for a few more people to come into the live to let me know you're in the live. I'll give it a couple more minutes, and then I'm just going to get started with my topic because I'm not trying to bore everybody to death. Okay. So today, as I'm going to talk about the topic of friends, real friends, friends. Everybody has different interpretations and different perceptions of what a friend is, okay? So that's why I kind of want to get into it because, today we are in a day and age of social media. We're in a technical era. And so do we still, um, do we still select our friends the same way? Do we gauge people before we say that they're our friend? Like, in 2025, with it being with it being a digital era, how do we choose our friends? I'm just curious to know. I want to get some feedback from you all. I would like to know, how do you choose your friends? Are some of you old school where you just kind of, you like for everything to kind of flow naturally, any relationship that you have, whether it be a intimate relationship or whether it be a friendship? Um, would you prefer it to go the more organic way? Would you rather just kind of meet somebody in a supermarket? Hey, how you doing? Or what have you? Or are you perfectly okay with having a friendship of someone online? Um, which one is it? Okay, which one is it? Because that's something that I would like to kind of get into. Okay, and how do you gauge your friendship if, in fact, you are okay with choosing a friendship that is online? How do you gauge it? How do you say, okay, so this is what makes a person a friend? Okay, so I just kind of want a little bit more input from you guys, and then I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in. I got to throw my little 2 cents in, and meanwhile, I'm gonna be sitting here eating my ice because it's hot. Um, so yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't want to talk with stuff in my mouth, but I found these two bins, and I was thinking about using them to put my doll's clothes in because I don't have enough room. Hi, Carla. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. I'm eating ice. But hey, girl. Hey. Go tell everybody that I'm finally live. Finally. I took forever. Hi, my love. Love you. But I brought these two little bins, and I'll probably do that during this live because the dolls have, quite a bit of clothes, and I don't have no space for it because my living room doubles as the nursery. Um, so yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. I thought they were cute. They were about $8. Is it worth it? I guess so. I guess so. I guess so. So yeah, I have two of them. And on my other live, I'm trying to think what it was entitled. I don't really remember, but it was when, actually it's entitled, I think, Goodwill Haul. There's like a few different things in the title. Um, I showed you guys pretty much the bulk of their clothes. And that really was not it because I have, and I'll show you guys. I'm going to get up in a second and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. But I have like this little one, two, three, one, two, three. I have like these two little drawer units, and they have three drawers in them each. Hello, is that what Dallas? Is that what Dallas? Is that what Dallas? Blessed by adoption. I want to say it is, but I'm not sure. So I have these two units that have three drawers in them each, which makes six drawers. But if you saw my Goodwill live, you'll be able to tell that all them clothes ain't fitting in these little drawers, So that's why I brought a couple of these guys, and then I'll keep them under the crib. Thank you, Carla. Blessed by adoption is. Did you say Andrea? Oh, I thought that was Wadalis. Trying to pronounce names right and correct. So yeah, today's topic is, I wanted to touch on friendship. Okay, this is real life stuff, right? Real life stuff. So with this channel being real life and reborns, okay. Real life and reborns. I like the name. I like that title. Um, but with it being that, we're going to talk about some real life stuff too. So, without further ado, I am just going to get into the topic. Okay, I'm going to get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, so now, I just kind of, I'm just going to give a little recap of what I was saying. Okay, um, thank you, Carla. So that way I am not repeating myself. This is going to be the last time that I kind of recap real quick. Okay, so when I first came into live, basically, the only thing I was talking about was in this new day and age, okay, um, what constitutes someone being a friend? How do you gauge friendship? How do you pick friendship? Um, you know, how would you consider somebody a friend, okay? Because I know back in the day, um, before social media, obviously you pretty much had no choice but to choose your friends the organic way, okay, whether it been at a supermarket or at, I don't know, the check cashing line or whatever. It was, totally different. So now that we have more, you know, different ways of communicating and interacting with people, where does that leave us when it comes to friendship? Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, so let's real quick, let's just cite what Oxford tells us that a friend is, okay? Friend plural is a person whom knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. Okay, so Oxford is defining it as one who has a bond, okay, a mutual, which means two ways, okay, affection with an A, okay, typically exclusive, so it's not a sexual partner or it's not family relations, okay. Let's see what else it says. Um, an acquaintance, okay. Um, a person who is not an enemy or who is on the same side, a familiar person. Okay, let's see, a contact on social media. Um, okay, so let's see what the Merriam dictionary says. Just curious to know. Okay, so the Merriam Webster dictionary says that a friend is one attached to another by affection or esteem. Okay? Okay. So, um a couple of things in both of the definitions that kind of jump out at me is affection, mutual. Okay? So, in my opinion, a friendship definitely has to be mutual. Okay, it has to go both ways. It cannot be one person that's thinking, you know, like me saying, "Oh, she's my best friend," and she doesn't think the same. You know what I mean? That's not a friendship. It's something that has to be mutual. Let me just get out of these tabs. Okay, so in my opinion, I'm kind of old school, obviously, with me being 50. Um, I would rather have a more organic friendship. However, I'm definitely not closed to, and well, I'm open to having or building a friendship online, okay? But, however, in my opinion, there has to be definitely certain qualifications, okay? It's not like I got a checklist sitting to the side and I'm like, okay, Um, I just let me see. The package is upstairs. If you give me a minute, I'll definitely go get it so you can see. But they're called Angel something, and they're small in the middle, and then they get long on the outside. Um, but I gauge friendship by one, my discernment. Okay, I trust my discernment, and we all know what discernment means. Don't have to really break it down, but me being an old Sunday school teacher, I tend to kind of break things down like like I'm teaching. But anyway, um, so oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the yes. So, discernment is a term that is used a lot by people that are religious or in church, but it is not, it's not exclusive to the church. Okay, discernment just basically means, in layman terms, it just means that you go with your gut, your gut feeling. Okay, um, a lot of people that are in church, they feel like God gives them discernment, right? Because He leads and guides them in all things, and they feel like God is going to let them know when something is off. Okay, so discernment is very important. Okay, so me, I go according to my discernment. Okay, I have a tendency to kind of know when a person is kind of weird, or they don't have good intentions for me, or they're trying to, or they have some type of motive. Okay, so discernment. Okay, another qualification I look for, and I'm pretty sure everybody else does me and this person have a lot of mutual things in common? Because a lot of times that's what creates the affection or the bond, right? You got to have things in common, okay? They say, always say birds of a feather flock together. Well, that statement is absolutely true, because if I am a sober person, you shouldn't see me hanging out with somebody that is uh, uh, an addict or whatever. It just doesn't match. Okay, so things in common. Okay, it could be one pretty big thing that you have in common, or it can be several little things, or whatever. Okay, but typically, once you feel that a person is relatable, as far as what you have gone through, or they can relate to some aspect of your life, you tend to bond through that. Okay, so number two for me is that we have to definitely have things in common. Okay, we have to have a common mindset, a common thought pattern, or something like that. Okay, um number three, I have to be comfortable with the person, right? I have to be comfortable with the person, meaning I'm not going to be in a friendship that I feel like it's a struggle for me to talk to them. It's a struggle for me to, just kind of pick up the phone and call them or text with them. It feels weird. It feels off. Like that's not gonna cut it. Okay, so it has to be somebody that I definitely, you know am comfortable with. Okay, so, what are the things that make us comfortable with other people? Okay. Something that makes me comfortable with a person is if I can sit here, like I'm sitting here with you guys right now, chopping it up. Okay. My peoples, chopping it up. And thank you so much, Isabel. Um, like I'm sitting here now, even though when I first started the live stream, I was nervous. I'm not really nervous anymore, because I know Carla, you know, um, whoever else is in the chat, they're being, friendly and warm and welcoming, and I feel comfortable now, right? So, but what typically makes Janice comfortable with the friendship, okay, or if a friendship is just starting, or if a bond is building, like I have to know things about, I have to know as much about you as you know about me. Okay, so that also kind of goes back to the mutual thing. I can't have you knowing a whole bunch of shit about me, and then I don't know anything about you. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, okay? Because it's not a you're not equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Um, so right, in order for me to be comfortable, okay, I have to, we may talk on the phone, we may FaceTime or whatever it is. I've heard your voice, you know. So I've heard your voice. I've seen how you looked. Um, I've sent you pictures of me, perhaps my family, and you've done the same. So you're building a friendship now. And with friendship comes trust. All of these things gain trust, right? And like I said, I'm not going to just give out a whole bunch of information on myself or feel comfortable with someone knowing a whole lot of stuff about me and my family, so on and so forth. And, they're just mum's the word when it comes to me knowing anything about them. Because to me, that's going to automatically be a red flag right away. Because, like, why don't you feel comfortable with me, but yet you're saying you want to be friends or you want to be, you know? So, yeah. So, I definitely have to be comfortable with the person. I can truly say that anybody that I have met on this internet, I have seen their face. I know that they're really a person, right? Because we're living in a day and age of catfish as well. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen the TV show Catfish. And let me tell you, that stuff is real. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, oh, it's just a TV show. Because no, just when you think it's just a TV show, shit like that can happen to you in real life. Okay? It happens in real life all the time. So, with that being said, like, me personally, I'm gonna wanna see some realness, okay? Something that's tangible. Not just me texting you, okay? I'm texting you and you're texting me because let's face it, most of the time when we're building a bond with a person, if we think that we kind of digging them and they seem like they have a lot of things in common, there's stages to everything, right? To friendship, to relationships. It's the same thing. And a friendship is the same exact thing as far as the steps that you take when you're building a bond to become a person's friend, okay? I'm not saying the first time I meet you online, I'm gonna be like, hey, I need to see a picture, I need to see ID, I need a background check, by the way. No, that's weird, okay? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if time goes by and we have somehow established, and sometimes things are kind of unspoken too. You could be digging somebody, they digging you, and it just flows. You know what I mean? But at some point in time, I'm gonna want to know how you look. Okay, I'm gonna want to know just overall, like I said, all the information that you know about me, because I'm sitting here. I've put myself on a line, pretty much, so to speak. Um, and I'm gonna want to see your face. Okay, that's gonna make me more comfortable. Because anything other than that, then I'm gonna be like, no, this is not the move. I'm not doing it. Okay, so the point that I'm making is, even though I am old school and a lot of my, well, I'm not gonna say a lot because I don't really have any friends. Okay, in real life I have a couple of friends. Sorry, I can't pass a background check at the moment. Right. So, what was I saying? Oh, I am old school, okay, but like I said, I'm open to, I realize and understand, and having a teenage boy, I understand that, I can't just stay stuck in my ways. I have to be flexible, and I have to. conform to some of the internet stuff, right? So, but all I'm saying is that being that friendships have kind of moved on from just being all organic, and it is a social media thing now. Now the criteria has changed a little bit, right? So it's not going to be the same because you haven't met this person in a grocery store, right? um See, now me, you could say I watch a lot of TV or whatever you want to call it, but I just have seen so many shows on, predators being on the internet. And let's face it, since, the internet has become, extremely well used, is has become, used. Hi, Christina. Hi, babes. Okay, but since the internet has become popular, so has the pool of predators and, people that are up to no good. I mean, they have a whole division on internet crimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with. And if I feel like I am building a bond with you and you have personal information about me and I don't really have personal information about you, I'm going to probably just cut it off because I don't have room. I have a family which I love very much, and I don't have time. I don't have time for any of that other weird stuff. I don't. So, um I love you, Christina. She's so sweet. So, yeah. So, I just kind of wanted to know, I wanted to get a little bit of feedback from you guys as far as what how do you gauge people online to say whether they're a friend or not? You know what I'm saying? I kind of gave you my little tidbits of what makes people, you know, because the thing is, just because you're friendly with someone, it does not mean that you're necessarily friends with them. There's a difference. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, a friend probably would be somebody that you speak to every day, multiple times a day. You should have probably FaceTimed with them. You're probably texting off and on all day. They have a vested interest in whatever hobby you're doing. If you have a nursery, whatever you're talking about, if they're a true friend, they're going to be interested in hearing about what you're doing and what you're up to, and it's going to be vice versa. um so yeah, so what do you ladies think, like what do you guys kind of like need in order to pretty much solidify a friendship when it comes to being online versus, obviously in real life? Because the thing about me is, I don't that word friend, I do not take lightly. I don't throw it around or none of that. I don't. I really don't, because friends are hard to come by. But I can honestly say that I have been blessed with two really good friends in my real life besides my hubby. He's my best friend too. And um some of you guys online I do consider friends. Okay? This little circle right here, I do consider friends. And it's mainly because of the discernment. A few of you I have not spoken to, FaceTime with, or anything like that, but I'm sure that down the line it is definitely going to happen because you guys are just so damn cool. So cool. So what is everybody doing on this Friday? It has finally cooled down a little bit over here in Niagara Falls. And yeah, it has. So I have a little dilemma, and I think mm-hmm. Yep. Carla said things in common, easy flow of conversation. The one thing that I didn't mention, which I think is important too, is definitely loyalty. Um, and I don't want to get that word misconstrued with, see, because a lot of people online, the loyalty the loyalty that they are talking about is more cult like, and I'm not into that. So but by definition, loyalty, obviously, if I'm loyal to you, I expect you to be loyal to me. And to me, that's one attribute of a friend, is loyalty. Okay, and I'm not saying I need you to go, run and punch that person in the face for me. That's not loyalty. That's childish. Okay, so that's not what I mean, by far. Um, but loyalty, commitment, all of those good things. Okay, you throw them all in the pot, you stir them up, and you got a good friend. You know. So, and the thing about me is, I take my if I say the word friend, that you're a friend, or if I say I love you, hello, 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 that means that I truly love you, because I don't use the word love and I don't use the word friend loosely. I don't. Okay? So that means that I am not going to do anything to hurt the friendship. Um, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot toot. No, but honestly, the one thing that the couple of friends that I do have, they can honestly say about, they have, both said about me, is that they've never heard anything that they have told me come back to them. And that's the one thing that falls under loyalty too, right? Um, that's the one thing I take very, very seriously. Some people fall out with the friend, and then next thing you know, all of their business is on the internet, all of their business is being told all around town. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I'm going to repeat that. Some friends, okay, I don't call it a friend, because a friend ain't going to do that. Some friends fall out, or they may have a disagreement, or whatever the case is, and the first thing they do is go run and spill the beans on the person's business. I don't move like that. I'm not built like that. I don't know what type of friendship that is. Um, Maybe it's some new day and age stuff. I don't know. But if you were a true friend to me and I truly love you, I'm definitely not gonna get mad at you and go tell your business. That's crazy to me. It's really crazy to me. Okay? Because just because we may disagree on something, or we may not be seeing eye to eye at the moment, it doesn't mean that automatically I turn my feelings off and I hate you. Like, because in my opinion, you never was my friend. How can you be? You know what I'm saying? It would not be that easy. A true friend, okay, when something is going on, and their friend may be offended by something, or their friend may be acting a certain way, a true friend is going to truly want to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's they're not gonna The response is gonna be different. It's gonna be more of a, oh God, I hope I did not, offend my friend or hurt my friend. It's not gonna, the first thing that's gonna pop in their mind is not to just say, well, I'm about to tell her business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I never understood, but a lot of people do it. And I notice a lot of people do it on social media. So, there it goes again. Are people making pseudo friends online? You know what I'm saying? You know, because let's face it, on the internet, a person can be whoever they want to be, okay? So I think when I see friendships like this, and it gets nasty and it gets ugly, it makes me believe that it truly was not a friendship. It just was some type of pseudo friendship, and maybe some people don't know how to be friends nowadays, okay? Um, yeah, because you're gonna always, when you have a true friend, when they hurt, you hurt, right? okay, when they're going through something, then you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying, now don't get me misunderstood. I'm not saying that every person you call a friend, that you should be carrying their burdens and taking care of their problems. That's not what I mean. But what I do mean is, if you know that your friend is having trouble, your friend is going through something, you should definitely immediately feel like praying for them, you know, seeing how you can help. Sometimes people just need you to, they just need uh for you to lend an ear. It may just be they want to vent. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, to me, it's kind of weird if your friend is really truly going through something, and you just ignore it, and you're like, la la la, going about life like, oh well, it's not my problem. So that's why I think that the word friend today is really watered down. And no, no, I'm not a part of that. Okay, when I say friend, I mean friend. Okay, and I'm also the type of person, like I said, if I see that there's a motive, or um the person truly doesn't know how to be a friend and stuff like that, I'm just going to be honest. Okay, I try to be honest, hit it right on the head, take care of the problem right away, and just move on. I'll tell the person, I don't think that this is working. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get to the point where things get ugly or any of that. But I feel like life is too short, okay, to have people around you or in your circle that have motives, that do not have your best interests at heart, and they're on some weird shit. I'm just gonna call it how I see it. Life is too short for that. I don't have time for that. Okay, I have a family that I take care of, that I love very much. I have my precious babies that I take care of, and I love them very much. I work, I'm a mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, um, yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. The word friend is definitely watered down, and the word love is definitely watered down. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like people are losing, the true essence of what it really is supposed to be. And that's my opinion. My kid is texting me. You better come down with a shirt on. I can't text. Um, so yeah. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. But yeah, so there's definitely a few friends online that I consider friends, and I love them. I have grown to love them. I do. Yeah. So I'm gonna go grab those lashes. I don't know if she's still in here. And I'm gonna start putting some of these clothes away in here. Okay? So you guys can chit chat it up amongst yourselves. I see there's 12 people in here. I guess some people are not popping out of the bushes, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. But I'm gonna go upstairs. Joe, I'll be back. Juju. Hey, Ju. You can, but you gotta have a shirt on.
She had seen dudes shirtless before. That's what she was seen dudes shirtless before.
Oh my god, I got so much freaking stuff. What happened?
Because we were talking about, because there
No.
was only two orders left. No, there was three, and then I got one, she got one, and she said, I'm gonna have to do it. I was like, I've been putting waters up in it for the past 2 days.
Oh, no arguing. Y'all arguing?
No, we were just making a debate.
Okay.
Who was doing it?
Ha, Carl, I see you on the job. I see you on the job. I don't know if the young lady is still in there, but these are the lashes. Hi, Sandy. These are the lashes. Angel 3D Mink. I was trying to see. They typically have a number on them, but I wasn't going to dig through the garbage for that part. But I got them from City Trends, and they were only $1.99. But they're shaped like, I didn't even put any eyeliner on. But they're short in here, and then they flare out. They get longer that way. Uh-oh. You missed the nasty. Nasty, nasty. I was just talking about friends. What about your friends? Girl, I'm looking fat and hot. It's hot today. I was eating my ice from 7-Eleven. Is there waters in the fridge, guys?
There's one cold one up in there. We're finna put 6 up in there.
Okay. Uh-oh. Look at my baby sleeping over here. I'm okay, honey. Thank you. So, this guy looked like he got burnt in the fire, right? But anyway, this guy, the story behind it, it's my babies. Let me turn this light on. The story behind that guy is that I bought him as a blank silicone, right? And I'm so pissed off. I got scammed, okay? So I had painted him all nicely and everything, and I went to mat him. I brought some matting powder. That's what it looked like. But I brought some matting powder off of eBay. Yeah, eBay. I brought some matting powder off of eBay, and something kept telling me, see, I was talking about discernment, that gut feeling, but something was telling me not to use it because it smelled, and I'm not even gonna lie, I feel like an idiot. It smelled like baby powder. But I was like, no, maybe they just put in that scent, I'm debating with myself instead of listening to myself. So I'm like, it smells like baby powder. You know what? They probably, gave it the baby powder scent. So, I'm sitting up here rationalizing it and all that type of shit. So my baby was painted perfectly. Y'all, when I put this matting powder on this doll, and I'm so pissed off because the paint job was beautiful. I put the matting powder on this damn doll. Once I went to wash the doll, okay, the end of the process, and I'm like, yay. Look at the damn skin. So I was sitting over here trying to fix him, and I know y'all see all of my crazy stuff in the background, but this is him. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a burn victim, which is crazy. And then over here, so I wind up changing a couple names. I didn't change Journey's name, okay? I want to keep that name. That name fits her, and she is my bambino. She's my baby, okay? But I had to write it down here, okay? So, where'd she go? Okay, so this little baby here, the Ashton Drake one, her name is staying the same too. Her name is Yanni, okay? Her name is Yanni. This is the first, hold on, I'm pointing to it with the book. This is the first silicone doll that I ever did. And may I add, he's messed up too. His skin tone is ugh. But this is the very first doll Whew, he's about 3 pounds. Very first silicone doll that I did. Um, so I'm gonna keep him just to remind me of where I came from. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna get better. Okay. But his name is Jalen, and I rooted him. He has rooted hair, but this hair is nappy. Oh my god, it's not the right hair. So I'm gonna reroot him, but that's why he keeps his little hat on. But the hair is terrible. It is. Trying to turn his little head. Oh, okay. But the hair is terrible. Y'all hear me? This hair is. I'm trying to see if y'all seeing what I'm seeing. But the hair is terrible. It is. The hair is terrible. And so are my nails. You know what? It's a shame. It's a crying shame that I have all of this acrylic stuff and I do my own nails and I have not done them. I haven't had time to do them. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. Okay, so this is Yanni. This is Jalen. Okay, down there. Let's go over here. You guys already know my beautiful journey. Look at her. She's so gorgeous. And then this is Maya over here. She's in a little high chair. She always looking devious. Ain't she looking devious? I love her too. And then my little boy down here, even though he is uh a Amazon doll, I don't know. To me, he has the cutest face. I did kind of root him. I gave him a little. He has a little mohawk. I would have to spray it and show you. But this is my little Manny. That's gonna be his nickname. His real name is Emmanuel, but I think he's really cute. Look how peaceful he looks. I think he's really cute. So yeah. And then I have a couple of dolls that I'm working on. And then you guys also know that I got that kit from winning the challenge. So I got to do that kit as well. I have wrote down all of that stuff. And look, Sandra. Bing! I got this. I got that. I got this. I got that. I cut all of my nails off. I can't even do this right now. But anyway, so I want to show you guys something. And this is crazy. I kid you not. In my basement, I've got about, it's got to be like about 6 big bins full of nail stuff. Okay. Before I got into Reborns, I was doing my own nails. So up here, I just literally just left a couple of smaller bins, nail tips, gel polish, more nail tips, more nail tips. Those are stiletto. They're like the real pointy ones. So I need to 14 people watching and nobody chatting. Exactly. Like, y'all better start, you know what I'm saying? Chit-chatting, hitting the like button, doing something. Stop watching me. Why y'all watching me? Just watching. That's weird. So when I tell you I got only 2 of the bins up here, and then these are dip powders too, cheap brand. Nail lamps, I got about freaking 6 of them. Nail drills, I got about 3. Acrylics, I got about